We are a little bit bugged out. Wait for a second. I'm pretty sure if I go bop, there we go. We just have to change some names around. It'll be fine. We've had some players change. We just gotta change some names around. Alrighty, let's get into this, shall we? A little recap for everybody. So, last we left off, our party had just defeated some goblins and were in the process of a little rest and recuperation. They just left the town of Goldfield during its celebration. They were having a festival for the dungeon being defeated. During that celebration, our party stumbled together and made some quick friendships, and enjoying the festival, they eventually came to the tavern, ending their night. The next morning, whilst having breakfast, they overheard a dwarf talking to his companion. The dwarf's name was Gundren Rockseeker. He was concerned how he was going to get an entire cartload of supplies over to an up-and-coming town called Phandalin, while him and his companion had to set out immediately to let the trading post over in Phandalin know that the supplies were on their way so that they could be prepared for them arriving and everything like that. The party stepped forward, saying that they could absolutely transport some goods for them if the coin was right, and at the offer of 10 gold coins each, no one was knocking back that offer. So as quickly as they met Gundren and Sildar, his companion, they head off towards Phandalin to let Barthen's Provisions, one of the trading posts in Phandalin, know that they're arriving. After getting the cart all loaded and making sure everything was packed down right and everything, the party set on their way, moving at a much slower pace than Gundren and Sildar when they headed off. It took them a few hours to, sort of get all the way out of Goldfield. After traveling for a few days, they just made it through the Irwin forests when they came upon a bit of a distressing sight. There was 2 dead horses in the middle of the road. Upon a closer inspection, identified that these horses were in fact the horses that Gundren and Sildar had left on ahead of them. Seemingly not, the horses obviously didn't make it to Phandalin. They were then ambushed by a group of 4 goblins, which 3 of the 4 were quickly dispatched, with the 4th one hightailing it out of there, retreating. And the party moved the horses off the road, clearing the path. Whilst doing that, they discovered some tracks on the sides of the road where numerous goblins had been traveling, seemingly using this as a common ambush spot. But for all the footprints that were there, it seems that not many were still here. They seemed to run into a very small ambush, assuming that the other goblins that were in this ambush probably had left to take the loot from their successful ambush away. They couldn't find the body of Gundren or Sildar, and have decided to continue on to Phandalin to finish their job, and that's where we rock up to the party. You guys are all currently, getting ready. You just had your short rest sort of thing. Moko's jumped up onto the wagon and is making sure everything's still hitched down, getting into a seat to sit down. Satoshi and Carvin are off the cart, sitting down. Satoshi, patching up the wounds that he sustained during this fight. In this moment, before too much has started happening, immediately, Satoshi, being closest, sees this first. You guys watch as Carvin grabs the sides of their head, and you watch as they take one hand into their cloak and pull out a large bone mask, and they put it on their face, and you hear, I'm sorry, friends. I must leave. And before anything can happen, Carven disappears, running straight into the forest after donning a bone mask. In the same moment, what are you guys doing when you see that?
Moko is going to yell out, Carven, where are you going, you deserter?
There is no answer. Just head down, hand on head, just running, pushing through the bushes with the free hand, and no reply.
I think some people just can't handle a little bit of blood.
No, they cannot. Anyway, we should probably get going.
I need you guys to both roll me a perception check.
17.
Okay.
8.
Satoshi's still a little wobbly from the injuries that they took. The rest, they stopped the bleeding. The arrow, I think it was an arrow that you took, sort of thing. That arrow, you've pulled the arrow out. You've patched the wound and stuff like that. But you're not really focusing too much on the world around right now. You're really just focusing on making sure everything's okay. Moko, what you notice is one of the bushes in under the trees, not too far away, seems to almost appear as if moving towards you, and you see these light steps falling as slowly into frame you guys catch, and I will let Danny, you want to introduce your character?
Hi, I'm Michelle. Michelle, hello.
Wonderful. You guys see green flowing hair, leaves, just so much flora adorning very, very simple but neat clothes. All very of nature colors as Michelle comes walking out of the forest.
I'm Michelle. I heard the commotion earlier, so I thought maybe something bad had happened, so I came running.
Well, something bad did happen, but it's resolved now.
Yeah, I handled it.
But I can see one of you is still pretty hurt.
Yeah, a little roughed up.
Do you want me to help with that? I'm a good healer.
That would be awesome, but how can we trust you? I've never met you in my life. And you just came all of a sudden. How do we know you're not with the goblins?
Well, that was racist, but just because I'm green, no.
That you came from the wood, which is where the goblins came from. I don't know.
I swear I don't mean any harm.
Okay, I'm just messing around. I would love some assistance if you don't mind.
Awesome, you walk over and you watch as Michelle pulls this large pouch from behind them, and it has a very obvious red cross on the front. You guys are all very familiar with this. You guys have seen it. You probably never had your hands on one, but this is a healer's kit. You're still sort of sitting on the ground a little bit from your rest, Luigi. You're you were in the process of starting to get up when this happened, so you just, didn't fully get up. And you watch as they come over and they grab some different herbs and stuff from the pouch and some bandages and things, and they put, you sort of lift up your shirt a little bit and the armor plating to expose the wound, and they push some different herbs and bits and pieces in, and you wrap a bandage around. At the same moment, they pull from their back pocket probably one of the most dingy looking sickles you've ever seen, but the blade does seem to almost shimmer, but it looks pretty rough. This thing looks like it was found in an abandoned hayloft somewhere, at the back of a shed. There's a bit of tarnish on the blade and stuff like that. It looks a little cracked and chipped, but it's oddly glistening, twinkling almost. And they hold it out above your wounds, and you watch as the blade just ever so slightly glows. Do you want to roll that healing for Satoshi?
I need to know his Or what is that called again?
So he's out of hit dice, so
sorry.
you won't roll roll his hit dice. Just do the all your additionals.
Oh, okay. Then it's just a +2. So it's a 3.
So it should be D4
So
plus
5 hit
2.
points. Yeah, so 5 hit points.
You watch as the light sort of twinkles down, almost cascading from this blade as she's holding it over the wound, and immediately you start feeling almost like a pulsing as the herbs, you feel them almost like crawling their way into you, but not in a like impeding way, like it just like it's seeping in faster than it normally would. Like it's acting, it's like hyper speed acting. It's great. The pain's gone, and you can add that 5 healing to your health pool, Luigi.
Got it.
I usually just wander around and help people, so I came running when I heard you guys were hurt. So I'm happy I could help.
Thank you. I
And,
really feel so much better. I really appreciate it.
And did I just see your other companion run away earlier when I was coming?
Yeah, we're just as confused as you are.
I honestly think he might have been a little traumatized from all the blood that was spilled. It's not too much, but yeah, 3 goblins got killed.
It sounds like you need some help right now. Should I tag along for now?
Oh yeah,
sure,
we probably
you-
needed the help.
Yeah, sure. Take along and take his share of the pay as compensation for healing our friend here.
Thank you very much. But where are you going right now?
Just to the next town over to deliver this payload.
Awesome. With that, you guys all pick yourselves up and start getting back onto the cart or wherever. What's the marching order for you guys? Where do you want to stand? Satoshi, you still out front of the oxens leading?
Yeah.
Anywhere that particularly you want to be, Michelle?
I think I'd just be in the wagon if there's room.
Yep. Do you want to be up on the seat beside Moko or like in the back of the wagon?
I'll just sit beside Moko.
Awesome. So Moko, you have advantage on any checks that come up for your driving stuff because you got someone helping you up
Yay!
front. Awesome. You guys are just heading straight on to Phandalin?
The Phandalin.
To Phandalin!
Wonderful.
Onward!
Yay, new map time! You guys get back on the road. It's pretty smooth sailing after this. You guys are sort of on the road for probably another almost day and a half. It was probably getting like sort of late afternoon by the time that fight and everything was done, so you sort of traveled a little bit, probably set up camp and got moving the next day sort of thing. So you guys are arriving in Phandalin, again, sort of that like, probably like 1 to 3 time, like you're sort of getting to that later afternoon time. As you push through the last of the sprawling trees and stuff like that, it really like flattens out. The rutted tracks sort of emerge from the hilly trees that you were in, and you catch your first glimpses of Phandalin. This town, from first glance, holds about 40 houses, give or take. A lot of them seem to be in pretty shabby states. A lot of them seem to be, a lot of stone foundations, like old ruined stone foundations that then things have been built on top, and even those are now ruined for the most part. A few solid structures do shine through. You do notice some significant buildings that are very much like fully repaired. As you're moving through, you find it's a lot of ruins and things like that. A lot of things, a lot of stone walls covered with ivy briars. But a lot of this surrounds these newer shops. You really can tell that this must have been a much bigger town a long time ago. This place obviously saw some form of conflict and was wiped out, and what's here is the very startings of new beginnings. The cart tracks slowly widen to much wider, muddy streets, and you guys are sort of on the main-ish road.
Yeah, I guess we'd start looking for where Grundir and Isildar told us to drop the payload. So we'd just be looking around for that.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys push the cart in through town, so, obviously pushing the oxes in through town. You just notice as you see just children playing in the street, there's townsfolk and people attending their chores, running errands for their shops. A lot of people seem to look up at you as you drive through the town, or ride through the town, but they're not long-held stares. People have their things to do, and they sort of give a glance to these passing, this group of strange passing folk, but not much peace of mind. They're not much is happening. On your approach, the first building that you see has a sign hanging, swinging in the wind that says Barthen's Provisions, which you guys know as the place where you need to be delivering your supplies. There's some business going in and out of the front of the store. Nothing crazy. Yeah, anyone specifically going in? Everyone going in? What are you doing? Everyone jumping off the cart and everyone heading inside? What's the plan, peeps?
I think we can all go in.
You guys walk into Barthen's. It's a very ordinary looking place. Seems to be all wood on the outside, tile roof. You walk in. The first thing that catches your eyes is there's no weapons or anything on the shelf. This is all just bare supplies. You can see a few odd tools and things like that, but there's no definite weapons. There doesn't seem to be any weapons here. Other than that you seem to see that they kind of have a little bit of everything here. Behind the counter, you see a very lean but balding human male shopkeeper. Looks about 50 of age. He seems to have a kind face. He's got a couple of employees that are sort of running around the store, and he's just standing behind the counter.
Moko scoots along in their relaxed form. Oh, hello.
How goes it today?
Good. We're here dropping off a payload of provisions from Goldfield.
Oh, Goldfield. Who's this for, might I ask?
Well, it's supposed to stock the shop, right? Gundren and Sildar were supposed to get here first, but they got ambushed by goblins.
Gundren. Oh, yes, Gundren. Oh, he left almost a 10-day ago. He said he was off to get supplies for his camp. He said he'd be back to let us know when the wagon was going to be arriving, so we could get ready to hold it for him. We haven't seen him. One moment. And Thistle.
And you see the two little heads pop up from the shelves.
Gundren, seen him?
And they both just look at each other, shaking their head.
No, not seen him around.
And they just head straight back to work, sort of thing.
I've not seen Gundren in at least a 10-day. Him and his brothers are camped somewhere out town, and I couldn't tell you exactly where. I was due to see them any day soon for food and supplies.
So good news and bad news. Good news is the cart full of supplies is right outside the front ready to be held. Bad news, both Gundren and Sildar are dead.
You found their bodies?
We found their horses covered in blood, and along with their possessions.
Yeah, we just pretty much assumed that they're dead.
Well, there has been an increase in goblin ambushes. they often take prisoners and things like that, but we've had a lot of people walk away from ambushes just with their things taken.
And he sort of like pulls yous over the desk, like you sort of beckons yous to lean in a little bit over the table.
See, Gundren had been walking around, he'd been very, very loud about the fact that he may have found some very useful information. You see, in the area there used to be a very important mine. It was called, it's basically what the whole town was founded on. There was a very powerful magic forge that was built into a mine, but there was a war thousands of years ago, and, well, that's all history, but, well, Gundren seemed to think he'd made some headway and possibly found something. Maybe someone heard of something. But, honestly, I would implore you to possibly go look for them. I consider Gundren quite a good friend. He hadn't been here for a while. I thought he'd honestly come into some wealth or something and forgotten about me, but, I do hope you would, if you could, I mean, absolute, of course,
and he quickly goes under the counter, grabbing out 40 gold pieces.
He said he would be looking for a crew. How many are there? He said 10 gold pieces each.
Well, there's 3 of us.
And he sort of just puts out the 30 gold pieces.
I would really implore you to go look for my friend, though.
Business proposition. Because we were contracted to just deliver the payload, may we receive additional payment to retrieve them to finance the rescue operation?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
16.
Well, it's not often us that would, hand out a reward for this. You would very likely usually go see the town master or something, but honestly, for a friend of Gundren, I would quite happily offer another 10 gold each if just simply for any information. If you went and looked, and even if you found a body or anything, I would pay for that just to bring peace of mind to me. Also, you possibly should look for his brothers. They were camped outside town. I couldn't tell you exactly where, but you may be able to catch them. You may be able to take a quick look on the way out of town.
Well, that sounds like a reasonable offer. We will happily accept.
Thank you.
And he sort of takes your pseudopod and sort of shakes it, and
I do hope he's okay.
And he sort of looks back up.
And, Thistle! There's a cart out front, holding it for Mr. Gundren.
And they immediately go straight out to the cart. Was anyone still on the cart?
No, I think we all went in.
Yep, they jumped straight on the cart, and basically you watch them pull it up around the back sort of thing, and they, start immediately unloading.
Well, I mean, if there's anything else I can do for you, we have supplies. Otherwise, I would suggest possibly going and seeing the town master, the local inn, or if you don't need a rest or anything, possibly heading back out to see if you can find any news on Gundren.
Well, thank you for your time.
Of course.
Like,
A pleasure.
Pay us up front? Or
Yeah, he paid us up front, and I managed to negotiate an additional payment for getting it back.
Oh, he paid you for the cart. He didn't pay you for the. He hasn't paid you yet for.
Oh yeah, I meant
information on Gundren.
Paid up front for the paid up front for the 10 gold, and then later contracted for the info.
Yes. Yeah, you've been paid your delivery stuff.
yeah, but not like the new proposition that.
Yeah, the new proposition. Yeah, the new proposition will come when you have any information. He's happy to hear any information.
So it's the town master, the brothers, and then the inn. Which would y'all like to do first?
The inn usually has a lot of information.
True.
It is true.
Maybe I can go look around the outskirts for the brothers while you two look around the inn / get some rest or two so that you're all topped off for when we head back out.
Are you sure it's a good idea for you to go alone?
There are still goblins in the area.
I mean, they said they were just outside the town, so unless they met like a mile outside town, I should be relatively fine. But
They might
it
have
gives
come closer to town. We don't know what is behind the goblin attacks yet. They might even come and attack the city at any time.
fair enough. All right, I'll stick with y'all then.
Awesome. Heading towards the inn.
Yes.
Sounds like it.
Wonderful. You guys start heading down the main road. Now having to use the old Lamborghinis now that we've got no ox and carts, so everyone's on foot now. But you guys do cruise down the road, passing a few. You come across a new, large building that seems to be a lot of field stone but very roughly cut timbers making up this building. But it does have a big sign out the front with a big picture of ale on the front, and it says Stonehill Inn. You guys even at the door, you guys can smell that, like, you know, that smell of like that bar smell, that classic bar smell. Like, it smells like booze that's been dropped on the floor, but a lot of it has a very sweet smell, like sweet apples. Everyone heading inside all together?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yes.
As you all push in, there's you notice immediately. You just pick up the who the bar staff are and things. You see them moving around the area. Everyone seems to immediately kind of look up and give you the eyeballs. There's little like conversations going on everywhere. Looking for anyone in particular?
I'd say the
Listening
keeper,
around.
maybe, or the
Sorry, go again.
keeper of the inn, or
Yeah, Satoshi and Moko start heading up to the main counter, looking for the owner. You guys notice a short, friendly-looking human standing behind the bar.
Toblin Stonehill, can I get yas?
my name's Satoshi, and this is my friend Moko.
Hello.
Else is not with us at the moment, right? She's looking around.
Yeah. Michelle was looking at tables to try to hear some conversations.
Well, drinks?
I'll take something. What do you have?
Well, best thing on the menu's the cider.
I'll take a glass. Moko, you want some?
Sure, I'll take a mug.
Lovely.
That'll be 1 silver for the two of yous, and slams down 2 hefty-looking mugs, and you can smell the almost sickly sweet cider smell coming off these mugs. Like, this smells good.
I give him 2 silver. It's 2 silver each, or for both?
1 silver for both of yous. It was like 5
Alright, I give him
copper
both.
per.
So what's the latest gossip / rumors of the area?
All sorts of things happen round in an up-and-coming town like this. The goblin attacks have been the one that you gotta watch out for. As you leave town, they've set up such a little shitty ambush heading towards Goldfield. It's caught a few adventurers so far. Other than that,
Well, and he sort of taps the table. You
right.
understand that as information doesn't come free.
Moku slides 2 gold.
Hey,
The fastest hands you've ever seen, onto the table, off the table, in a mere moment. If you blinked, you missed it.
well, what information are you looking for?
Leaning in much closer.
You could ask for me mother's fucking phone number for that. Well, you could ask for me mother's address for that.
You could ask for Mother Sending Stone information with that.
Yeah.
Well, we've heard some. Well, we have 3 topics in particular. One
Of
being
course.
the sudden uprise in goblin activity. The second being it being a group of brothers camping outside town. And the third is going to be a little bit more hush-hush, so we'll come back around to that one.
And the fourth thing being, how old is your mom?
You sort of get elevator eyes from the bar staff. I don't think she'd be interested, as you get eyeballed.
Burn.
I'm just looking, I guess.
For the brothers, they come in often. I haven't seen them for close to a 10-day now. They were camped up just out of town on the just towards the south of town. If you're heading out on the right-hand side, just a touch into the trees. They were quite loud about their camping spots once they started drinking. As for your other question, goblins go where they're told. So, you can probably assume someone's telling them things. No goblin's going to be smart enough to set up an ambush in the same place that efficiently. I would be looking for something bigger than goblins for the reason for goblins.
So maybe a bigger goblin.
Again, Satoshi gets elevator eyes. Leans into Moko. Not the brains of the group, this one.
No, surprisingly, I am both brain and brawn.
Right. Well,
Says Moko, who currently looks like a slug.
well, I'll take your word for it. Now, as for your more delicate subject, leaning in, pretty close now, to other people looking in, it may seem a little suspicious how close the barman is now leaning in to hear your request.
Moko extends one of their horns up to the bartender's ear, so it's like one of those old hearing devices, old hearing horns you'd see. What do you know about a certain magic forge in an old mine?
Oh, well, that's not much of a question. That's the town's history. The Phandalin Pact. That's treasure seekers from everywhere have already scoured everything that they could find. That no one seemed to uncover a thing. Honestly, it's everyone thinks it's caved in or something. It's it's just a story. But when those brothers get drunk, they seem to be almost the last people interested. They kept spouting on about a map and surely just stories. Drunk dwarfs. But not much of a delicate question, that one. But unless there's anything else I can help you with.
Satoshi, you thinking of anything?
Can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Seems about
Alright.
right.
Well, if we return later, we'll be back.
Of course.
Well-
We've got many rooms free if you're looking for a place to stay. They would run you about five silver for the. We've got a couple of nicer rooms, 5 silver each for those, or there's four rooms that cost about silver per person, holding about 3 people.
But you just said they were free.
Hey?
Yeah, because he said that he had a couple of free rooms. But
I didn't hear that.
no, he meant like he said
Yeah,
free, but
yeah.
not as in like free, as in like cost-wise, as in like they're available.
You
I see.
keep an eye on this one. You do good, Sonny, and he gives you a little bit of a hair tussle.
Don't worry, he's cute. He's the face. He's the mascot.
Keep him safe.
Will do.
All right, and he sort of starts serving other people at the bar and stuff. You guys take your mugs of cider and you can head to a table or something. Danny, I will get you to roll me a little perception check to see if you can overhear anything.
A 16.
Bad, not bad. Anything particular you're listening out for, or just whatever's being talked
Just
about?
about the brothers. Or if anything about goblins, like, catch my ear.
Nothing on goblins. You do hear the innkeeper's wife talking to another townsfolk, and it seems to be a female townsfolk with their kids, sort of thing. And you hear them talking about the Red Brands. About a 10-day ago, they stopped by the local woodcarver's shop. They were leering at his wife. He then turned out to be murdered. Several townsfolk said they saw something happen. Something about the Red Brands grabbing his body. And now the wife and daughter are seen to be missing as well. It seems Gundren was one of the people that seemed to have seen something happen. You heard Gundren's name being brought up in the townsfolk that may have seen something.
I go back to the others with the information.
Awesome. You walk back over to them, and they have 2 big jugs of ale, one each, sipping away. Awesome. What are you guys up to? What are you guys up to now?
Did Michelle
need to
walk
find
up
somebody.
to us? Or?
Yeah, walked over to you and basically told you what they heard from the rumors, sort of thing. They just sort of went back up and relayed that information.
Okay.
We need to fight Gondor.
Yeah. What did you find out?
We need to find Gondor. And something happened by the woodchopper.
Alright. We heard that the brothers are camped out south, and that the goblins are being organized by something big. So
Be a bigger goblin.
how about we rest up? Up for a short little while, and then head south so we can get the brothers to help rescue Gundyr.
You guys gonna take a long rest in the inn for the night or something? Like wait here for the evening and start heading out in the morning or something? What is?
Around what time of day would it be now?
It's getting a little later into the afternoon. It's sort of probably getting, it's probably been a couple of hours now. So that 1 to 3 is now turning into sort of 4 to 5 now. It's the day's starting to get a bit dimmer, but not dark by any means. Just that first bit of light going behind some trees, sort of dark. Not even sunset yet.
Then should we try looking at the woodcarver or woodcutter?
Yeah, we could do some investigating before we settle down for the night.
Investigating.
Awesome. You guys have no idea where the woodworker is, so you guys have already left. So I'm gonna get you guys get to the middle of town. I'm gonna get everyone to roll me a perception check, and we will take our first break right there. So we'll come back to your perception checks to see who sees what, and we will be right back.
Back.
Alrighty, back into this. So, perception checks, everybody. Let me hear them. Let's hear them perceptions.
4.
I had 13.
7.
Alright, between Moko and Michelle, you guys notice absolutely nothing about any of the buildings further away from you, but you guys are pretty... You guys do notice the stone building behind you guys that is a little, like, shrine, temple sort of building looking thing. And that's about all you guys notice because it's right there in front of yous. Satoshi, on the other hand, does get a bit more of a lay of the land, and even on that 13 you don't get really much of a broader note of many buildings, but you're looking for the woodworker, and you do see down the road a bit further that there does seem to be a house that has like lots of logs near it and some like sawdust near the floor and stuff like that. So you assume.
Hey guys, that
yeah,
can I point? Like, is it,
yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Hey guys, I think that might be the wood shop. Yeah. Look at the logs.
Yeah, that might
Seems
be.
to be quite a bit of driftwood. All right, let's see. Let's check it out.
Camera down a little bit. It is this house just here that you noticed, Satoshi. So you guys sort of head down to here. Give me an investigation, Satoshi. We'll say you got there first. You got the perception. Give me a little investigation.
8.
8?
Yep.
It's closed. Everybody else, you guys are all welcome to like go ahead and explore. If anybody else wants to, investigate anything specific, sort of thing. But just off that initial first bat, it's closed. Door's shut. Sign on the door. Can't read the sign, but it doesn't look like it's a come inside looking sign.
Moko is going to look around the outsides of the building, taking a mark of like strange oddities, like scratches, and like leftover footprints. The kind of thing that would that could potentially be used as a clue.
Go ahead and roll me that investigate. Anything that Michelle's doing, anything that you want to do further, Satoshi, other than just sort of like rocking up after seeing it?
Want to knock?
Awesome. Satoshi's heading up to that front door. 19. You notice as you get round to the back of the building, you notice that there's a lot of foot traffic that's pretty recent. Not probably within the last sort of week, but you probably have to do a survival check to see too much. But you do know that it's like within the week, but not within the last couple of days, probably. But there seems to be a lot of foot traffic and not in a way that's organized, in a bit of a frantic way. And that immediately jumps out at you because it's like, this is a business. The front should have the foot traffic, and the fact that it's not organized foot traffic or anything. It's not like he walked out the back every day to like put his bins out or something and there's like a worn path. It's like frantic footsteps everywhere and stuff like that. A couple of, scuffle marks and stuff like that. Nothing that like immediately jumps out at like as an altercation or anything, but like it's not looking supernatural.
I also wanted to go back there.
Awesome. I'll say your next roll just has advantage for whatever you want to do next, Moko.
I was going to ask if I could make that survival check to get more info from foot tracks.
Brilliant. You've sort of noticed these scuffles as Michelle's come around the side as well, and you've noticed the footsteps, and you see Moko down in the dirt sort of thing, and as a druid, you're not afraid of the dirt, so you just get straight down there like, what are you looking at sort of thing. So yeah, go ahead and roll that survival check with advantage.
Do you want a guidance?
What was the one guidance?
Yeah, just a d4.
D4.
Alright, that is a 1 for a total of 17.
Oh.
Nice. Still good. Still a good survival check. Yeah, now that you're down in the dirt, out of all the footprints, you see a lot of heavy footprints, a lot of heavy lightly armored footprints, whether it's like, thick leather boots and stuff like that. This is like you know this gear. This is stuff that either you're wearing or you see people wearing, So like, that this isn't just like a Joe down the road coming in here. This is like a lot of people that are like either low-level adventurers or like, low-level ruffians or like low-level, like, it's geared stuff though. Like, it's a, you know what you're looking at. But amongst these, there are two very light drag lines. It's like heel drags, like someone's being dragged out by the arms sort of thing. And those are much lighter, and you do catch them, but they were a bit hard to spot. There is another track a little bit further off to the side that is a much heavier drag line that seems to have some dried blood in there as well. It's like a little bit further off, like they tried to clean up around the immediate area.
Do the drag lines continue past the shop?
They seem to go away from the shop, yeah.
No, like can the drag lines be followed, or do they end at the shop?
You can definitely see them trailing off. To follow them would be like an addition, like, to keep going, and you'd probably make another survival check after you've followed them for a while, sort of thing. Like that, you're going to cross a few different terrains and things like that, possibly. Like, the act of tracking will be additional like rolls or something like that. But you do see the trail. Like, there is a very clear drag mark, so you can try to follow it if you want.
Can I medicine the bloodstain to check how old it is?
Sure.
22.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of in line with the all the tracks and stuff like that you've seen. You guys have gone out the back, so, and it's like the same footfalls. So it's like within the week, but not within the last 2 days, sort of thing. It's definitely been a couple of days since whatever's happened here, but it's definitely not been like a week, more than a week or anything. So there'd still be little like flecks of blood. Hopping over to Satoshi, as you approach the front door, the sign that is on the front door becomes a little bit more apparent. It's a normal closed sign, but then underneath in red paint is written kind of like over the closed sign. It's like closed forever is kind of scrawled across in not super neat handwriting by any means, but it's readable. But yes, forever is scrawled across in red paint. Still knocking? Awesome. No answer. You do notice that over to your right, the big like stone building that's behind you has had a few people like coming in and out, and people that see you knocking here, if they're with someone, they basically like that, they do that like whisper and then keep moving sort of thing. They obviously look at you, whisper and leave. If someone is alone, they kind of look at you, kind of like look around and then move on. But it's very obvious that they almost a slight look of confusion for why you would be there when it's a single person, and then they leave sort of thing pretty quickly.
Yell at the next person in front of my general direction and yell, "Hey, is this the wood shop?"
Yep, roll that persuasion then.
11.
They look each way, put their head down, and start walking away.
I try it again with the next person.
Same thing? Any louder or anything like that? Trying to like more like an intimidation of like, hey, is this the wood? Like, how, like whatever level you're taking it to. Like that's just so I can know what you're rolling.
And that's still persuasion.
Yep. Go ahead. There's a like occasional people walk past, so it wouldn't be hard for another person to rock pyre.
15.
You sort of very, very similar, very nervously looks both ways, looks at you, nods, eyes down at the floor, walks away. It was the most subtle little like, yeah, and then left. Like it was like just a very like blank nod and then left.
I try again with the next person. I don't know. Is it like a lot of traffic with this? Like, would I be able to do that? Like,
it's a generally like, yeah, there's people moving around sort of thing. That it wouldn't be hard to pick another person to sort of like. There's going to be another person either coming out of one of those buildings around
I'll try
you.
One more time. Okay, 20. 14 plus 6, 20.
You notice this one's coming out of the Phandalin, the building beside you. It's the one that's like down and to the left a little, not the one that's like behind you from where you guys came, but still looks like a very stone building. Someone's coming out of there, and they're kind of walking up towards the main center. So they've walked the closest. They're not coming out of that like that big stone building and like walking to the center of town. They're gonna walk like past you, and again, you ask them, "Is this the woodcutters?" And this guy's a bit shorter, sort of thing.
You keep your fucking voice down? Yes. What the fuck are you looking for? You're gonna find trouble.
And leaves. We're gonna swap back over to Moko and you guys. What are you guys doing with your tracks? Are you guys gonna go find Satoshi or anything, or are you guys just gonna start following your tracks?
It might be getting too late to go into the woods. It would be better to recuperate and search in the morning.
Looking at where the
Maybe.
tracks go, so far the first like leg that you guys see, it heads down towards the right sort of thing into where those houses are, sort of this direction sort of thing. That's the first little like patch. So your choice whether you follow it. It's not like it's immediately like cutting out of town or anything. It's not like immediately like going straight down and like out of town or anything. It's like moves across a little bit.
What's the time of day right now?
You guys have been investigating for probably an hour now. It's probably getting closer to, the sun's like, mostly behind trees. I'd say it's like in the next sort of like hour you're going to be looking at sunset colors before it's starting to get on dusk. So you're starting to lose a lot of your like natural light. You're not seeing any like hard shadows and stuff like that. It's that general gloom is starting to creep in, but there's still enough light that you can definitely easily see most things. Like, you're gonna struggle to find a needle in a haystack, but obviously you'll struggle in broad daylight. You're pretty okay, but you're probably wrapping up most easy investigation in the next sort of half hour. After that, it's going to become dark, and people are going to probably start asking questions while you're looking at the ground with a torch out.
Maybe we should wrap up the last half hour of daylight before we go to rest.
Yeah, should we get him from the front and see if he can help?
Sure.
We could also leave him there. He has been yelling for some time now, hasn't he?
Yeah, he might be trying to get info from the locals, from what it sounds like. So I guess he's just doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, should we start following these tracks?
Yeah, we should.
Okie dokie, and Moku is going to roll those survival checks now.
Yeah,
you want
roll
me
me
to do this
another
time?
little survival check with advantage after you get a little bit down the road. It sort of crosses the road and starts heading a little bit north.
You want me to do it this time?
You can either roll
what's
one
your
each,
plus?
or you can either do like one each, or one person does two. Completely up to you guys.
Over the table, what's your plus in survival?
3.
I have a 2, so you can roll.
18 and... 18 survival.
Yeah, you notice that the tracks seem to cut up a little bit and go across the road and sort of between some of the houses. They seem to go like behind the houses, like they're trying to obviously avoid a bit of detection or something, because you seem to see a lot of backs of houses with this path that you're following. Satoshi, anything you're doing, you would not have caught them walking away. You were at the front door sort of thing, and there's enough buildings and stuff, you would not have caught them sneaking away.
Okay, I get curious as L after my encounter with that short guy, and I want to break in. So is it like luck that I can use my thieves' tools on them?
Yeah, absolutely. You'd be using your thieves' tool. You're just going straight for breaking in.
Yes.
Awesome. You do notice someone walking out of the Lion Shield coaster, and with not being sneaky at all, you didn't just roll a stealth check or anything. They basically watch. They're just eyeballing you. They are literally you're watching someone just dead eye, like just not in a threatening way, but they are just like blank staring you, just eyes wide, watching you fiddle with this lock.
Do I notice this, or?
Oh yeah.
I wave at him. I wave at him with a smile.
He runs. Gonna keep breaking in?
Yes.
Go for it. Roll that sleight of thieves tool check.
Animal handling.
You just have to. roll
Okay,
with
so
your
you just add your
proficiency, if I
proficient.
remember.
Yeah, so you just got to add +2 to your sleight of hand.
Oh, it was about to give me a bad roll. Well, okay. 20. Not counting the 2.
With very little difficulty, you bottom part of your picks in, grab your top picks, and you just click, 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 turn, unlocked door, going straight in.
Not like straight in, but like maybe pop my head in, like just look around first.
Awesome. Yeah, you poke your little head in the door. It is dark, completely dark inside. Like all the windows. You didn't really notice it from the outside, but all the windows are covered, and there's no light really getting in. So you've got dark. No, you don't have dark vision. It's hard to see anything across the way. You do notice that the entryway seems to have stuff here, strange for an entryway. You notice a couple of knives and forks on the floor. Everything else is a little bit out of your view, unless you want to go further in, like opening the door to let the last little bit of daylight in. You can probably see a little bit further, but not much. You're gonna need to find some torches or something.
I think I have anything to light up, right?
You got candles. You got a hooded lantern.
Wait, what's a hooded lantern?
Old style mining lantern, the like glass top, candle inside, or like a little bit of fuel or something inside.
Right. I'll use the lantern.
Get your little flint and striker out and light that, and open up and the light sort of fills the room. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
8.
You don't grab any serious details, but it's a mess in here. I mean, you're not a stickler for cleanliness or anything, but God, it's messy in here.
I yelled the question. Is anybody here?
Absolutely no reply.
Okay. I'm gonna light the place on fire.
We'll come back to that in a second. Moko, Michelle, what are you guys doing? You guys have gotten probably, now that you guys have done your next check, you're probably getting up into sort of this part of town. You're sort of looking at this ruined house. There's not much left of this house. The daylight is really now starting to dissipate, so your advantage is now gone. It will be straight rolls from here, even with assistance. You're you're basically at disadvantage, so your advantage is taking it to straight rolls. What are you guys doing?
Should we try and find him before he does anything? It is getting too dark for us for now.
Probably. That might be a good idea.
Guys are heading back to the woodworker's house?
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Awesome. Luigi, how are you wanting to light this place on fire? What's your game plan?
I changed my mind. I'm not lighting the place on fire. I'm just gonna throw furniture outside.
Yeah, alright, sick. Yeah, I mean, you guys, as you start getting closer, you guys start hearing a bit of a racket. You guys get to about here. Go ahead and roll me just a straight strength check, Luigi, to see how much furniture you got outside.
9.
You guys get to the front, and there are 2 chairs thrown outside. Satoshi is, like, got like a footstool and is standing like on the like basically in the doorway with like a little tiny footstool over their head in like a very obvious throwing position.
What in the scorching deserts are you doing?
I'm cleaning. Okay, Melko.
Why are you throwing furniture out to clean?
You
And
see
did you
the bikes.
break in?
Wait, what was that?
Did you break in?
No, it was open. But yeah, there were some bystanders looking at me funny, and I asked them. It took me a while. I asked them if this is the woodshop, and it took a while of asking, but a short guy told me yes, but in a suspicious manner. So I came up with the idea that if this place looks like something's going on here, some people will give me more answers, and they'll come up to me. That was the idea. So I'm just making a mess of here and gonna get people's attention.
We should have just gotten him when we were looking around.
Satoshi.
Can you help me
Okay.
place the tools?
At least I
back in the
didn't set the place on fire. I was thinking about it.
Well, thank you for doing the bare minimum. Bare minimum
You're
in
welcome.
control of yourself. Come on, let's put these chairs back inside.
No, just leave them. I honestly want to hear the commotion people make when talking about it. Also, there's a guy that saw me picking. I didn't break in, but I did go inside, and the guy looked at me very suspiciously. So,
So you
he
did
might
break in.
No, I didn't break in. It was open.
Go ahead and roll me a deception check and an insight from you, Michelle.
I do deception.
Yeah, you do. Well, yes. Well, I mean, you can choose to. No, it's. I think it's pretty clear at this point. No, it's a deception check.
I did so.
What did you get, Danny? What did you get, Michelle?
Yeah, a 13 on inside.
Yeah, Satoshi's lying. you do see through that.
Wait, you're gonna come and you're gonna help place these chairs back in, and we're not breaking into anybody else's house. Is that understood?
I won't break into anybody else's house today. I promise.
And
Oh,
next
well,
time
Satoshi.
we agree on who we break into. But come help with the chairs, and we will have a look around inside before we go to the tavern again.
Fine.
During this time of you guys getting your stuff in, like getting the stuff back inside, you guys are basically like that moment of like a chain, you know, like Satoshi picked up a chair, is passing it to Moko, and Michelle's like inside, like squaring everything up to like put everything back in. Satoshi would clock this first, being like, what order is that? What order do you guys want to be? Like, how are you guys putting this stuff in? Like I said, like a little bit of a chain, like but, or how do you guys want to?
I'd say like we all carry it individually, and we just go inside all at once.
Okay, awesome. You guys all get inside. Moko and Michelle, you guys can go ahead and give me a little perception check while this is going on. Satoshi is going to notice the people coming up to the front door. You watch as two grimy looking human males walk up to the front door. The first thing that you clock in the very, very tiny little bits of light that's left for the day, you notice their grimy, gross red cloaks that look like they were made out of various bits of dirty material. You see as one basically like spits at your feet, and you hear that. Well, what the fuck's going on here? Are you guys adding to the? You guys are gonna leave your stuff here too, right?
Like is he talking about this chairs, or is he talking about more stuff like our bags?
I do mean the bags, friend.
No.
Those perception checks, while these guys are getting here, you notice that there's also two more outside that seem to have torches that lets a little bit more light through. What was your perception check? Michelle?
8.
Yeah. So you don't notice the state of the house, but Moko, you do notice now that there's a bit of extra torchlight coming through the door. The house isn't just, like, dirty or, like, not well kept. This place has been kicked around. Like, this is not just... This is like, you know, there's things over and things knocked over that definitely shouldn't be knocked over. This place is, like, an altercation has happened in this house. Like, this is more than just unclean living or anything. Like, it's like everything up high is neatly on shelves and everything, but down low where things could be grabbed and pulled, essentially, they're off shelves.
Well, you guys gonna fucking say anything, or are we gonna have to come in there and take the things ourselves?
In that moment, everyone's gonna roll initiative, and we are gonna go on our break. So, we will be right back. And we are back. All right, initiatives. Sato, what'd you get?
30-20.
Dirty 20. Anyone higher than that? All right, Moko, what'd you
15.
get? 15. And Michelle, what'd you get?
3.
Alrighty, so starting that out with Sato, top of the initiative. I'll let you, like, if you want to, like, say anything to them beforehand. Like, they're not immediately running in for the attack. They're still just standing there, but they are definitely, like, they're, like, in the process of, like, drawing their weapons and stuff like that, because you guys weren't really answering their demands for leaving all your stuff here.
I will try to reason with them if there's an option, I guess. Hey guys, I don't want any trouble. We're just passing through. I honestly can't offer my bags. There's some personal stuff I'm pretty sure we all need. Yeah, I'll give you guys each 1 gold coin if you let us go.
They all look at each other.
You think we're here for 1 gold piece?
2 gold pieces.
Unless somehow you're handing us 10 each? You can jam them gold pieces right up your fucking ass.
Okay. Guess I'm gonna go for the attack then. I pull up my daggers.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Go for the one to the left.
This is like the one right in front of you.
Yes. 12.
A 12 just hits.
4. Wait. 7, I mean. 4 plus 3, 7.
7. You watch as, you know, you just sort of take that moment to consider their 10 gold offer. You think it over for about a fraction of a second and go, I'm pretty sure a knife's cheaper. Grabs dagger from waist and you stick it straight in between the plates up into the ribs of this guy. And you watch as he kind of takes a moment to realize, hand on sword and everything, but looks down at his ribs now and goes for the knife sort of thing instead. And you just hear the holler in pain. You just hear,
Ah! Fucking get them, boys! Get the skin from their bones!
Wait, did the guy die, or is he just injured?
no, he's holding on. He's still standing. He just went for the knife that immediately went plunged into his side.
Next one, Next dagger is a 10.
10 does not hit. As that second blade comes up, he seems to, holding the knife, just sort of moves backwards out of the way, and you just catch nothing with the knife. Taking the stagger out of the doorway, holding the knife, taking the moment to grab the scimitar from their hip. This guy that's just below, he's next. He's gonna run up, also pulling the scimitar from his hip. He's gonna go straight for a slash on you, Satoshi, being out front. A 12? Does a 12 hit?
No, my armor class is 14.
Nice. That quick pull up with the scimitar, and it still catches, but like it's just deflected straight off the armor. You turn your shoulder into it and just catch the leather plates, just send it gliding off the side. It's going to then go to Moko's turn.
Rush up, punch the nearest dude.
I will say you'll 100% be able to make it, but you're like sort of weaseling in between these guys. Are you trying to get like outside? There's not really a heap of space. Like, you guys are in this small woodworker's house. This is a small living house. The outside was like obviously where a woodworker like has most of his stuff. He's got an extra shed out with his tools, the big pile of lumber under another shed sort of thing. Like, this is just like the main living area. So it's like double movement. It's like basically like difficult terrain to try to slip past everyone to get outside, but you'd kind of need to get outside to start doing anything, because you are like right at the back of the room.
Alright, then use all movement, get outside, then punch the nearest dude.
Awesome. So you're standing there, going for the same one Satoshi went for, or you got the one like to your left and the one below you. The one below you is the one that's currently still got a dagger stabbed into it.
Yeah, I'll take the one that has a dagger in it.
Awesome. Roll your hits.
9.
A 9 does not hit. Just lifts the arm up like reflexively and just bats your pseudopod out of the way from landing a solid hit. That takes us to the guy that got stabbed, switching targets now that he's just been punched or attempted to be punched. He's going to take that scimitar and go across sideways for you, Moko. He is going to... That's a 13 to hit.
Nope.
You watch as the sword's coming down for Moko, and it just sort of gets tangled and trapped in all the steel fishing like net. It's all like basically like braided fishing line that's all metal like strings. That basically covers all of Moko's back, like hanging between the spines, and it just sort of catches them and just starts like sliding off. Just cannot obviously cut through the metal, the tough metal, basically chainmail. It's like a loose chainmail, seemingly unaffected. That takes us to Mr. 2 here, who is... He was already holding his crossbow. He is going to take the steps back, so you're going to get an opportunity attack on this guy if you want, Moko. Because he is going to back up to try to take his crossbow shot.
Alright, I'll take that opportunity attack.
Awesome.
A dirty 20.
That one's going to hit. That one's definitely going to hit.
A 10.
Good heavens to Betsy. As this guy takes the steps back, he's basically trying to sort of do that like anime style like quick dash back sort of thing. Just does it really slow. Like, it basically takes the steps back and you just get a clean smack right in the center of the face, absolutely destroying this man's nose. When you pull your pseudopod back, what nose was facing you is looking left. It is completely broken left, and you see like the front of his face is like sunk in a little bit from just the impact of this hit. Still standing, staggers back the last few steps, and does still manage to get the cross. Still standing, barely, takes the crossbow shot with a 10 hit.
To hit? No. Nope.
Absolutely just blinded by the fist and now blood and broken bits of nose and everything that is now pushing up into this guy's face. He takes the stumbles back, lets the crossbow go, and it basically shoots like straight up. It's not hitting nothing. He is looking pretty fucked up. Immediately his friend is going to look left, see that what you've just done is also going to take the extra step back. Out of your reach, though, don't get the opportunity attack. And we'll also take the crossbow shot. That one's much better. Does a 16 hit?
By exact AC.
Nice.
So yes.
Finally! Taking the few good steps back, taking the moment to assess the situation. Aims a little lower at, trying to get past all the netting that's in your spikes and everything. And you feel, in between a few scales, the piercing pain as an arrow lodges into your, air quotes, shoulder. And you feel it sink in and just holding there. That takes us to Michelle.
Wait, how much damage did I take?
Absolutely didn't roll damage. Lol. Wasn't even looking at damage. I had the dice in my hand as well. I was like holding the dice. 4 piercing damage.
Alright.
I was literally holding the D8 in my hand, and I'm like, yeah, and that's it. It hit ya. I was just so excited about actually getting a hit. I was just excited that I actually hit. Now, Michelle, that's you.
Can I see outside?
You
and
can
where
see...
can I see outside too?
I would say you'd be able to see basically the 3 that are in the straight line from you. You kind of see the back of... The guy that ran in is now more filling the door, so the dude that's like closest to you is mostly filling the door. You can see the back and like the top 3/4 of like the next dude, and you got an okay line of sight on the guy that's just took the arrow shot, the dude that's further away. I'd say if you went for the same one that like Moko and Satoshi went for, it would probably be at disadvantage just because they're like a bit out of the doorway now. They like took the step out and stuff.
I thought about teleporting outside. It's one of my
Yeah, you can definitely get out. So you can definitely see outside. You can definitely see outside. It would be like
I want to be in between the 2 buildings down there.
You could kind of get anywhere that's like in this area.
Okay, in that area.
Dead smack center? Like, do you want to be like in melee combat with this guy or just out?
I want to be in melee combat with him, and I'm gonna cast Earth Tremor underneath A4. The second thing is if there's any loose rock or earth, the area becomes a difficult terrain.
Yeah, I'd say like near you is pretty loose dirt, so I'd say it's gonna affect around you for the rough terrain. Where the roads are, I'd say that's all pretty worked in earth. So all your roads are fine, but anywhere that's not roads or not in a house is now rough terrain in that area. But they're gonna both roll their
Dex save.
Dex save.
13 to
13. The first one is going to get a 14. He saves. The second one is a 2. This guy here, right in front of you. You guys all feel the earth start shaking. Noticeably, you guys see the one in front of Moko. He's really shaking, but manages to steady himself. But the guy right in front of you, Michelle, you watch as there's a shakes really affecting him, and just doesn't catch his footing, and you watch him fall back. And as he hits the ground, you watch his whole body start reverberating on the ground with the tremors that are affecting the ground. Every hit looking like it's a serious hit. And go ahead and roll that 1d6
2 damage.
Awesome. He's just getting absolutely pummeled on the ground. It is definitely more than a deep tissue massage for this man.
And I don't have any more actions. That was my turn.
Any bonus actions or anything?
Yeah, I did that to teleport.
Ah, yes, perfect. Awesome. That takes us back to the top. Satoshi.
Alrighty. I tried to attack the guy I initially hit.
Yep, I'd say you'd be able to reach in. Sort of, he's like round the corner, but you're sort of just going to reach around the edge to sort of stab him. No, it won't be like disadvantage. He's within range.
Okay.
Go for it.
23.
Absolutely, roll that damage.
6.
You guys watch as he's still clutching the dagger in his side that was the first one that Satoshi lodged in there. Satoshi just sort of reaches forward, grabs the dagger again, and just pushes forward, and you guys hear the like tearing of flesh as it's pushed further round, and you watch as the stark white comes over this guy's face, somehow still standing, but very much on the this guy is messed up. This guy is like on death's door. Like this guy's holding on by the hair of his chinny chin chin. This man is almost dead. He is stark white. Are you gonna go with that offhand attack?
Yep. It was about to be a 20. It landed on 7. 2 to 7.
Damn.
Gosh.
Reaching for your other knife to come around, you just hit some hard leather and feel it glance off sort of thing, just not able to tuck in between the plates. A1, the guy that ran up around the side. Same thing, watching Satoshi absolutely decimate his friend. He's going to go and take that scimitar strike against you again. 21.
It does not hit. No, I'm kidding, it doesn't.
Oh, no! That one's going to be 5 damage as you feel across your back the glancing blow from the scimitar cutting across the back of all your armor and stuff like that, and you feel the warmth as you feel a bit of blood pooling in your armor. That one hit. You know that one hit. You feel that one. That takes us down to Moko.
Okay, so I have an idea. Can I use the badly damaged one, A4, right? And can I shove A4 into A1 as in chance of knocking them both prone?
Probably not both, you know what I mean? Like, I probably won't allow it to be... I mean, you can go for the one and, like, possibly on a nat 20, I'll roll a check for the other guy. If you nat 20 on wanting to shove one guy, I'll roll a check for the other guy to whether he falls down as well. That's probably the best I'd give you, sort of thing, but I don't think I'd let you knock 2 people down on one shove. It's like 5 feet away or cause them to be prone, sort of thing. So, what's the save?
It's 8 plus 2 my proficiency plus 2, which is my strength, which would be 12.
Also saves on a 15, so is going to stand firm on that one.
Yeah, I'll take the opportunity attack and move to A2.
Some. Moko moves over to A2. They are going to take a swing with their scimitar. That is a 14.
Nope.
Absolutely just hitting wide. You sort of blob down into your slug's form sort of thing and sort of like slink away sort of thing. Like, you know, sort of like dip down and move into like the other part of you, sort of like flatten out and then form up to the left. So goes for the strike and just catches nothing. Awesome. Easy enough. You can move over to that next guy. Yeah, awesome. Is that everything?
Yep, that's everything.
Brilliant. Seeing you leave, A4 is just gonna go for Satoshi, since also mortally wounded by, or well, almost mortally wounded by. What's that? 14? 14 hit, Satoshi?
Yeah.
That does hit?
Yes.
Alright. 3 damage on that one.
Gotcha.
That will take us to A2, who is going to give up on their crossbow, basically just tossing it to the side and drawing their scimitar to take a swing at you, Moko. Nope. They just all they did was throw their thing down. They got a 4, so they are not hitting anything. They're still like fumbling back with their nose broken in. They sort of tossed their thing to the side, and they're just like blindly swinging in front of them. It's not even you're just like walking towards them as they're staggering backwards, blindly swinging, and you're just watching this blade swing in front of your face about 2 inches away, and you are just confidently knowing that this man is just at his maximum reach, just swinging away. You are just unfazed. He can't see or anything, right? He's just like not looking or anything. It's just blind swinging. Taking us down to A3, who is prone. They are going to spend half their movement getting the fuck back up. Also deciding that clearly, no, they're still pretty healthy. They don't care. They are going to try to dodge down this way and get away. Oh, what is that? So that's 10, 20, 25, 30. They're starting to see... They just wanted a bit of range, so you get your opportunity attack if you want to take a hit on them. But they are going to back off for their crossbow shot again.
An 18. Ooh.
18 hits.
And 3 damage.
Taking little nicks from this guy, like you're seeing a little scratch on the side of his cheek as he takes the steps away, sort of thing. He's just taken a few knocks now. Wait, who was that? Someone else. The wrong person got hurt. I was like, his health didn't go down. All right. Yes. So, boom.
He
Awesome.
Had taken 2 damage before that.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the 2 before that. It was just still on the other person selected. Yes, so he takes that damage and shoots back with a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
8 damage. Good roll on his part.
That hurt.
Yeah. Just a good arrow as you watch this thing just sink into your shoulder, and you watch it just twist in, and you know that's gone in much deeper than you know it didn't catch on any armor there. That one's a good shot. But that brings it to your turn.
I am gonna use my action to heal myself with me medkit. It just takes an action.
Are you able to do that in combat if you use your healer's kit?
Yeah, battle medkit.
Ah, yes. Awesome.
I just have to use one of my... Where's the healing dragon? I need to go into short rest to see it. It's a D8. Plus my 2. So I heal 7.
Awesome. Drop that in. You guys watch as basically Michelle just like throws their pack off the side, reaches in, knows exactly what they're reaching for, just like dips into like 3 different containers and basically has slabbed up on their hands some different ointments and stuff, and you just watch them plunge it under their armor straight onto the wound. You watch the grimace on their face as they just start pushing this healing balms into their wounds, holding up their moons. Did you add your moon sickle to that as well? Because you'd get that.
Oh, I didn't.
You just watch them hold up their moon sickle, basically pressing it against their wound, and even more intense than before, you hear the searing as this. Nice. You guys like hear it like almost like a searing noise as you just watch the blade glow and all of the like healing herbs basically grow out from the plates around their armor as it like almost sears into their flesh how quickly it healed up their wound. Battle medic, my guy. That takes us all the way back around to Sato.
No,
unless you got a bonus action.
A bonus action.
Yeah.
And did I see anybody take damage from our party?
Yeah, you would have seen Sato taking some swings. I mean, you've seen you've seen both of them take some hits. I think Satoshi definitely you would have seen taking a good swing across the back.
Does he look hurt?
Do you look hurt, Satoshi?
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to ouchie, how ouchie?
A 7.
And ouchie, okay. Then you are getting a healing word.
What is the healing word that you say to Satoshi? Or the little phrase?
Get back in the game. And you heal 10.
Can I go over my max?
No, just to your max. Basically,
so that's full heal.
Yeah, basically in the same move, you just watch them like lift their hand up that has all the healing herbs on it, and all of them just like wrap around Michelle's hand as the magic flows through, and they're just like, get in the game as you feel it. You feel the whole wound across your back. Almost like it's like a little ribbon of like a little thread basically like sews the little wound on your back up, just like a little vine just like looping in and out, just like seals not an actual vine, just the feeling of it, and yeah, absolutely amazing.
I wanna move in between Marco and A4.
10, 15, yeah, easy.
And that is my turn.
Brilliant. Your turn. Back to the top.
Awesome. Gotcha. I put out my dagger and I attack the guy that I've been attacking this whole time.
Absolutely. Go for it.
19.
Absolutely hits. Roll that damage.
4.
He has 1 health left. You reach forward, grab the dagger that's still stuck in his side, twist, and in that moment of twisting, you feel what you do. You basically just feel all the cutting of little important bits and pieces inside, and you withdraw the knife and just watch as the first bandit falls.
I put out my second dagger and it's actually A1. Yeah, 21.
Absolutely hits.
Okay, I got a 2 plus 3, but I don't count the 3 in this one, right? Or
yeah, no 3. This is the first damage that this man's taken. Caught off a little guard. Pulling that knife out of that guy, you basically spin it in your hand and just without even looking, just stab it sideways into the dude's leg, essentially. Just sink, and you just feel it just stab into this dude's leg, and he just reaches down, and he's just like, ah! Awesome. Is that all from you?
After like using both my main hand and offhand, am I still able to like do stuff like shove, or no? I've already done enough that I can't.
You can't shove or anything, but you can move. You still have your movement, but moving, you kind of have to move. You can't move like backwards or anything. You kind of have to move past A1, so you're gonna get an opportunity attack if you. Well, regardless, you'll get an opportunity attack if you try to move away from him.
Okay.
But you can. That's about all you got left is your movement.
Oh, and my turn.
Awesome. A1. Recovering from the leg stab, holding firm on the sword, just swings again with their scimitar. That is a bad roll. Alright, they are not hitting with that roll. The first one I rolled and it like landed in my dice, so it was like sitting cocked, so I re-rolled it and it rolled a nat 1. So just misses. You just watch as from the stab in the leg, you just watch as they swing, and they just swing too high and just you just watch as the blade gets completely embedded into the door frame, and they're sort of left there stuck, like pulling at it, like trying to pry it free. That's their move. Moko, that's you.
Alright, finish off the dude right next to me.
Wonderful. Go for that hit.
7.
As much as you're walking towards this guy, you try to reach around for like a hook shot to try to get this guy, but just the way that he's swinging so widely, when you reach around for the swing, you realize that your pseudopod just doesn't have enough like reach to keep curling around the sword, and you just stop short. Like basically like 4 inches from his face, you just run out of stuff to give your pseudopod. Like it just cannot reach around far enough for the hook, and you just cannot hit.
Alright, that's all I can do.
That takes us to... He's dead. He's out of combat. He doesn't need to be here anymore. A2, the guy in front of you, he's just going to take the swing, just blindly swinging. Misses. Just this is just a bad show at the moment. It is just you swinging too wide, unable to reach around the sword, and he's just blindly swinging and hitting nothing. Like just both people staying guarded enough that no damage. That takes us to A3, who doesn't like the current odds of what's going on. It was 4 on 3, and they felt pretty good about themselves. Now it's 3 on 3, and one of them's looking real messed up, so it's kind of 2 on 3. It's really not... He's not... you watch as he uses his main action to dash, and you see... you guys, as you're watching him dash, do notice, Moko and Michelle, you guys notice that it's following a very similar path to a path that you guys have followed previously. Like, where those drag marks have been, this dude basically follows that path perfectly, and behind houses, you just watch him vanish off towards the, like, right-hand side. He bailed. he didn't like his odds.
What a pussy.
Yeah, Michelle, that's you.
I'm gonna help Sato. I'm gonna go down and help Sato.
Stepping across one corpse.
As I extend my fingernails, as the acid drips from them, I'm gonna use Primal Savagery to slice him.
Hell yeah.
And hit nothing.
Yeah.
First time using it with this group sort of thing. You've probably used your Primal Savagery before, but this might be one of the first times using it in a combat situation
didn't come
and
all
stuff.
the way out.
Right, just didn't quite get enough reach, and you just catch nothing. That takes us all the way back up to Sato's turn.
Alrighty. I'm gonna go for A1 with the daggers again.
Go for it.
I rolled a 24.
Absolutely hits.
Damage 6.
Pulling around with this dagger, you know where you hit the last guy, you go for the same spot, and lo and behold, this dagger sinks right up to the handguard, and you just feel it sinking all the way in. That's a solid hit. You watch again, this man's face goes stark white, but is holding on.
Alrighty, next dagger. Oof, 1.
No, not hitting on that one. Just managing to step out of the way, like just staggers back with the dagger in the stomach, but and you just happen to miss the offhand attack. Stumbling back after dodging that shot by barely stumbling back, you see he gets his footing and just weakly lashes forward with the scimitar for a final strike. That's gonna be a 17 to hit Satoshi.
That's it.
That'll be 4 damage on that one.
Okay.
Just last ditch attempts, just like basically thrust forward with the scimitar. Not what the sword's designed for, but just manages to still get a glancing blow. Blind fighting at this point, just desperation. Moko, that's you.
Yeah, alright. Main hand empty. Offhand, hand axe, attack. And try to finish off the dude right next to me.
Awesome.
This is the main attack. 16.
Definitely hits.
7 damage.
Nice. Very easy. How does this look for you? How's Moko finishing this guy off?
With the last punch, but it's like to grab by the collar and kind of like rescind their pseudopod a bit while so it's redistributed. Think of like I'm putting my hand back and then a new hand is coming out to punch the dude in the face as the old hand that goes back into me.
Nice. So yeah, you basically watch as like the hand that was strike, like the big long pseudopod that was like striking originally, basically sinks straight in, and as it sinks in, another one basically extends, holding the axe, but like you're basically holding the back end of the axe, not holding the handle, holding like the back of the head, and you basically punch forward like straight out of your face with that, like holding onto this guy's collar, and you just basically like grab the back of the axe with your pseudopod and just punch it forward into this dude's face, instantly killing this guy. You just watch as the blade goes like up to your fingernail, like up to your pseudopod, and just like pull it back out in one movement, and you've just like plunged the entire axe head into this dude's head and withdrawn it. He's dead. You just drop him with your other hand, and he falls like a sack of potatoes.
Can Moko pick up his scimitar, store it away, and then move over to the last guy?
Yeah, absolutely. Sort of as you're walking away, grab the scimitar out of his hand. That is... He's dead. You don't get a turn. Michelle, that's you.
I try again and scratch him at 21.
That is absolutely hitting.
And 8 damage.
What does this look like to you? How you finishing this guy off?
I just extend my fingernails and scratch him upwards, so his entire face is like scratched up.
You guys watch as the claws extend, and there's a scrap, like an uppercut, but with an open hand. And what's left behind is just these festering, sizzling lines up this guy's face. And he falls back, basically all in the same motion. You guys hear like the sizzling of his flesh as the acid starts to eat away at it while he's just falling backwards. You guys are now out of combat.
Woohoo! Let's go! Oh, good job, guys.
No more fighting music.
Oh yeah,
Yay.
It looked like the other guy who fled led the way that we followed earlier, so they might have the hideout out around that part.
Right. We should probably go after him before his trail gets cold.
Yeah.
It is getting much later into the evening now. You guys were probably fighting for a little hot second. It's probably proper dark now. I mean, you guys can go looking, but it will be hard to follow a solid trail or anything now. Like it's gotten pretty late.
Okay, then we should see if they have anything on them that could lead us to where they might be, and then recuperate at the tavern and talk about what we found.
All right, sounds good.
All right, who's looting who? Who's doing what?
A3 was around when I killed A4, right? You didn't see A1 get killed, right?
No, the guy that ran away did not see A1 or A2 die, just saw A4 die, but A2 was looking real bad when they left.
Okay.
Let's hide the bodies in the...
I'll loot A1. I'll also take his clothing.
Yeah, you guys leaving the bodies there? What doing anything with the bodies or anything?
We should hide them in the house or in one of the sheds.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Either one works.
We could also dig a hole, but that's gonna take a lot of time.
Up to you guys.
We can loot, then just hide them. We could just loot, then hide them in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Awesome.
I mean, if y'all want, I could do most of the heavy work when moving them. Since how I have a +2 strength.
I think I'm gonna loot A3
Awesome.
No. No, he was the one who ran away. A2, sorry.
I'm doing A1.
Awesome.
I'll loot A4.
Roll me. We'll go one at a time. So Luigi, roll me a little investigation. Just see what you find.
Okay. Investigation. Not 20.
Dang.
Nice. Like a professional like frisk search. You're just like patting down this guy for everything. Immediately snag his coin pouch. They all have the same kind of general loadout. They've got a red cloak on, basic leathers, a crossbow, a scimitar. In their gold pouch, he specifically had 12 gold and about 14 silver pieces in his coin pouch. He also had a small necklace that looks like a locket of some description.
Small locket, you say?
Yeah, you can try to open it or anything like that. If you want to try it. Yeah, you have a little quick look around. There's on the side. There's just like a little. It's like a little lever, and it's like push down and it will unlatch. You click it down, and when you open it, inside, it seems to just have a little piece of metal inside or something. It seems to be a small piece of iron inside. It fills out the entire thing like it's meant to be sitting in there, but it is just looks like a piece of iron inside there.
Is that all here?
That's it. He's got his gear on him. If you wanted to try to strip him of it, he's got his leathers. He's got a red cloak and just basic leathers. Essentially, he's just wearing basic leather armor.
Yeah, I'll take his clothes, and everything.
Awesome. Yeah, that's it. He doesn't have much on him. All of his clothes are kind of like they've got a bit of, like different bits of caked up like gunk and stuff on them. Like it's not been very well cleaned and maintained and stuff like that. They just obviously, and like that's what he looks like. Teeth are a bit crooked and broken and stuff like that. But yeah, he looks like his clothes essentially. Like obviously doesn't have premium healthcare. You know what I mean? Like he's not rocking those pearly whites or anything. So yeah, scimitar, crossbow as well if you want to take those. Just a basic scimitar and a basic little hand crossbow. Light crossbow. Specifically, if it's a light crossbow.
Okay, I'll take them.
Soon as you're like putting everything, like you've got everything though, you do notice that you're like grabbing his boots off, and you pull one of the boots, and something clatters onto the ground. You just hear something hit the ground and sort of sounds like a little click clack as it rolls away, sort of thing. You looking for it?
Wait, did you say that to me?
Yeah, that's you. Just as you're pulling his boots off, something clicks, like clitter clatters away, sort of thing, like falls out the boot and rolls away.
I'm gonna look for it.
Awesome. It is. You pick it up. It's a rock, and it is almost completely translucent white. But when you're like holding it and looking at it in your hand, it gives off this tiny, faint blue glow. Like when you're holding it in the darkness of your hands, not enough to give any like meaningful light, but it glows. But yeah, white translucent stone with a very faint blue glow.
Yeah, I'll keep it.
Absolutely. Who's next? Who's looting next?
I could go next.
Brilliant. Hit me with an investigation.
12.
Kind of same old. You give him a pat down sort of thing. You notice the same sort of stuff. Obviously, you notice the armor and everything pretty gross and grimy. Scimitar, light crossbow. You fumble around a little bit. You do manage to find his coin purse on his pocket. A little bit lighter, this man. He seems to only have about 8 gold on him, but he does have 10 10 silver. Bit of a lighter coin purse on this man. And that's pretty much all you find. Danny, go ahead if you want to loot up a corpse.
I find. Got 4.
You don't think this guy's got a coin purse, but are you taking any of his armor and stuff like that? You guys just list. You guys just make sure you guys just list down whatever you just take from him. They've got all that. They're all running the same like handout essentially. They got a dingy ass red cloak. They got dingy ass leathers, a scimitar, a light crossbow.
Use the leather. Anything that looks like it's made of leather, I want.
Yep, go for it. And write them in as like dirty leather armor or something, just to if you want to make it specific sort of thing, because it's just like slightly disrepaired armor.
That custom.
But you seem to have skipped over the coin pouch. It just happened to roll off of him while you were grabbing the armor and stuff off. It just sort of fell between the bodies and stuff like that, and you've stacked them all up, and Danny sadly missed the coin pouch on their character, on their corpse.
Big sad.
Awesome.
Only focused on the leather.
Yeah, all focus was on that leather. You're like, damn, some new leather pieces? Hell yeah, and you're just like grabbing it and don't notice. Armor. Right?
Assuming that it's like pitch black out, and by this point, I'd say we probably should head back in for the night.
Just stacking the bodies up inside and just leaving the house.
Yeah.
Hiding them behind some chairs.
Awesome. And it's as it's getting later into the evening, you've noticed some of the lights in the closer center of town have started coming on. People are like going around and lighting up the town lights and stuff like that. You don't seem to notice any lights around the edge of town. It seems to be just, as this is a up and coming town, it's just they haven't built light posts everywhere and stuff like that. It's just so you guys can see a bit of a glow from the middle of town, but it's pretty dark where you guys are. It tapers off into darkness pretty quick. You guys head up towards the inn, and we will take our next break there. We'll be back in a second. And we are back. So, rocking up to the front of the inn. Anything we're doing before we head inside?
I asked Michelle, hey Michelle, are you able to heal me? I took a bit of damage during the fight.
If you're paying for the next healers, Katia.
I will, yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna patch. I am gonna patch Sato up really good. I definitely did not need to read the name really quickly. Coughs.
Absolutely. Roll that heal. You guys haven't long rested, so they still don't have any HP die. They don't have any hit die yet.
Yeah, you get 5 even.
Perfect. There you go. And that's your thing on top of that? Yeah. That's your 3 plus 2, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, 5 healing for you, Satoshi.
Wait, 5 healing? I thought it was
Yep.
3.
Yeah, 5 even.
It's plus 2 that they get to that.
Gotcha.
Hit a cider, then hit the hay.
Not taking Michelle up on their offer for a heal.
You want a bit of a head pat before we go in?
Sure.
You get a total of 5 healing.
Watch as Michelle just sort of walks over, pulls the arrow out from the just massive Moko and just starts like thumbing some healing herbs into the wound. Same thing, presses their sickle against it, and you just feel it radiate and basically just closes the wound immediately as you feel all the healing herbs and everything sort of penetrate down into the wound.
First thing in the morning, we're getting at least 1 to 2 healers kits.
Alright. Seems like quite the interesting trick you're doing. How exactly does it work?
I use the power of Mother Earth. I am a healer after all.
Mother Earth. I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that. I'm still learning land terms.
You know, all the plants and stuff, they all have medicinal remedies. Of course, some of them you can do other stuff with. Like, you can also make some poisons and smoke some of the things. But some of them are also really good to smoke just for medicinal reasons.
Wait, what's smoking? Yeah, what's smoking? Sorry, I'm from the ocean. I don't. Oh, yeah, I'm still learning about the things like burning or these burning things you all seem to like to do.
So you haven't been to the hot areas in the ocean yet?
I mean, I mainly just stuck to shores alliance because those are the only ones where I can actually reach the surface to breathe. And mainly we just have my people like to stick underneath the water surface. And if we need stuff like medicines, we just use coral. If we need poisons, we just grab different kinds of fish.
Mm-hmm.
And usually our druids are more so focused on like the ocean currents than any plant life.
I mostly study the stars and the plants around. The stars help me find a lot of stuff. They lead me to where the new plants are.
Interesting. I'll have to do some more research on these star things.
They're the things up in the sky, you don't see them.
Well, we do see them, but we just have to go. I mean, we do see them, we just have to go really far out of our way to actually get a clear look of them, so no one's really been too interested in actually putting much research into it. Most of it we know is usually stuff we got from economic trade deals with land dwellers. Like I said, we mainly just stick to our fish, corals, and ocean currents when it comes to like nature magic or natural remedies.
I thought a lot of ocean life used the stars or like the water currents to travel around.
Well, I'm not too much of a druid personally. I know I was born and raised in a nearby circle, but never quite understood much of the nature mumbo jumbo myself.
You guys both look to Satoshi's just like picking their nose, like pinky finger anime, like finger in nose, just like just listening to like druids and magic and stuff, and it's just like
I don't think much is going on there on that one. I don't have a problem burning down facilities as long as it's not the forest. Or it spreads to the forest.
I'll leave the quote-unquote burning things to y'all then, to you guys then, because, you know, still new to this whole fire thing.
Don't worry, Moko. If we have time tomorrow, we'll definitely burn something, and if the bigger, the better.
Hell yeah.
Alright
It was a
then.
part of the circle of life.
Everyone's heading inside the inn. You guys enter very much the similar atmosphere to it was before. It's a bit more lively now that the evening's rolled around. Everything hushes just a little bit as you get some various different looks. Anyone that wants to like try to distinguish anything going on, like insight check if you want to like have a like if you want to try to like discern what these people are giving you looks of. Otherwise, if you guys don't care about what people are looking at you like, you guys can do whatever the hell you want in the inn, heading towards going to bed for the evening.
I'll roll for insight.
I'll
Go
go
for
for
it.
insight too.
I rolled an 8.
They're looking at you.
Nat 1.
They're definitely looking at you.
A 14.
A little bit more astute into the looks that you're getting. Concern seems to be the most forward emotion in these stares. Not fear, not anger or anything like that. A little bit of concern. That's all you're kind of picking up. Other than that, most of the others, you just feel other stares staring at you. You kind of can't pick out too much more than that. But you get this eerie feeling of they're concerned.
And everyone, and not just Sato. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a like group stare, but it does slowly return to some normal, if anything, just a little bit slightly quieter than like when you entered, sort of thing. Everyone's approaching the bar, or what are people up to? What do people want to do in the inn? What's everyone up to?
How many people are there?
It's pretty full. There's like there'd easily be 15, 20, maybe a few more. Not a huge town, so like not a huge town populace, but there's a fair few people here. Like there seems to be a lot of, there's some younger people occasionally where it's, it's parents with kids have come to the tavern, and there's like kids on one, like, there's like a kids area essentially where it's like there's a few tables that are a bit smaller and stuff with different bits and pieces over there, like, blocks and whatnot. Just basically a kid's corner. There's a couple, not too many kids, but it seems to be a lot of like, workers and different people sort of thing. But everyone's drinking for the evening. It seems to be one of the only things to do in the town. It's that time of up and coming for a town where there's not a whole lot of things happening in regards of, there's not a lot of downtime activities here. You're either working, drinking, or you have some business. Yeah, so that's the general vibe that you're getting on here. Like, this is, there's so many different people here. It's mothers, workers, it's just everyone. A mix of so many different people are here.
And it looks like most of them are just drinking, or...
Yeah, drinking, eating. There's a couple, there's a little bit of music going, and there's some people, there's not like much of a dance floor area or anything. It's a pretty compact little inn. So, but it's like, if people stand up, they might like sort of sway a little bit to music where they're standing near a table and stuff like that. But yeah, there's not really like a dance floor or anything, or a dance area. It seems to be a lot of drink, eat, sit, one of those sorts of establishments.
Is there anybody alone?
Sure, roll me a little investigation to see if you can find someone alone. Any like, what are you specifically looking for? Like, drunk and alone? Like, are you like specifically looking for a what are you looking for?
Yeah, I'd go for somebody that's drunk.
Yep, just roll me an investigation.
13.
Yeah, you notice that there's a man off on a table sitting by himself. Seems to have a picture of something in front, like a mug of something in front of him.
Okay. Can I grab a seat next to him or across from him?
Yeah, of course. You slide up a chair however you want, across from him, beside him. He's just sitting at like one of those like bar tables where it's like connected to the wall, and it's like 4 seats. So it's very easy for him to have just sat down, and it's like a little area that he could have to himself that's got a bit of space. So you can easily sit beside him or in front of him, however you want.
In front of him. Hi there. How's your day going?
Going all right, I suppose. How's you?
I'm doing good. Just walked in here and noticed a bunch of people staring. Do you know what that might be about?
I think everyone's looking at you because of the ruckus that you've caused.
Okay. Do you know what that might be exactly?
you've pissed off some people. I don't think the red brands are gonna particularly like what you've done. What you've done.
Oh, red brands? Who are they? Is it? I did encounter some people wearing red. As it could be them. Who are they?
Well, I think I definitely think you've definitely found the right people. That's they run this whole place. They got the town leader's hands tied right behind his little back. He's like slurring words. He is very drunk. Not afraid to talk with the amount of alcohol that this man's had. I heard you were stirring trouble near the lumberman's house. What did you do over there?
I was just checking out the place. Some guys did encounter some trouble, so we had to defend ourselves. But yeah, we were just checking out the place out. But yeah, nothing bad, I swear. Who
the fuck's gonna care? Who's gonna fucking care here? We don't give fucking. If anything, you've done us a favor if you can scare them people off. They take the strong arm to most of the businesses around here. Everyone's under their thumb. The lumberman, he died trying to stand up to them. That his whole family was taken.
Do you know how deep this goes? Is it like a big organization? Is it a group of people?
I mean, there's a fair few of them. I mean, they mainly all hang up up the road, up the big house.
Okay. I really appreciate the information. Do you want me to get you anything? Food? Alcohol?
Honestly, I mean, and he slides the rest of his drink across to you. I mean, we should, if you're gonna do something about this, I mean, we should be buying you a drink. How about I dry you something? Here, finish my drink. I don't. As this finishes, basically the sliding of the drink across to you, their arms were basically all that was holding them up on the table, like holding themselves over their drink. They slid it to you, face plant onto the table, and you just start hearing snoring from this guy. Just.
Alrighty. I take his drink with me. I go with Moko and Michelle and tell them what I found out.
Wonderful. Bayo, if you went up to the bar for your drink, barkeeper basically just slides you a free drink. He's a bit more like reserved about everything, obviously being completely sober. He's just like sort of slides you a drink and he's just like, I hope you're staying around to do something about this. Otherwise you've fucked up a lot of people's lives. And goes back to the other side of the bar, essentially ignores you for the rest of the night unless you ask specifically for drinks or food. But that's all the information you get out of him. You get a free drink and yeah, that little tidbit.
Interesting.
As for you, Michelle, you just hear the same thing from that Moko heard, sort of thing. You also just get a free drink, sort of. They just give you a free drink each, and basically, yeah, it's like leaned in, whispered that information, and if you want food, probably flag down like in that quick interaction. If you want food at the same time, probably flag down one of the waiters or something. But you do, and it's like if you paying for food, it's 1 silver for food, and you just get like a little plate of various things, little breads and meats and a bit of cheese and stuff. Just pretty basic stuff that can be made and stored easily.
So like a silver each, or
But the food, it is, yeah. They wanted food. It's a silver just for their food. Just one plate of food is 1 silver. It's a decent serving.
Right.
It's like a decent little heaped plate. It's like a good like miner's workers feed, you know. I'd say
Gotcha.
Michelle definitely doesn't get through the whole serving unless unless they can eat, you know.
Split a plate, Michelle?
Michelle only had breakfast, so she's devouring everything.
Alright, Moko puts down two silver for 2 plates.
Yum 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 yum.
One of the waitstaff grabs that and picks that up, sort of thing. So you guys have the current information you're going on. Yeah, you guys can
Just the way
head.
to know where the healer might be, where we could buy some medical equipment.
That's something that you would have seen in Barthen's when you first entered the place.
Okay.
Just being the general supply. All they didn't really stock was like armor and weapons. You notice that was like the one thing that they didn't seem to stock, is they had no armor or weapons.
We're buying all of their things.
But yeah, so you guys are basically like it's pretty late in the evening at this point now. So you guys are you guys could go out to do something, but there's not going to be many places open. Everything sort of closes at dusk, sort of thing, once the lights are gone and the street lamps come on. Most businesses close their door unless they are nighttime businesses. But if you guys wanted to, you could go do something still, but like just obviously
It would.
under the cover of darkness, it would be.
It would be best for us to rest up. Let's get the cheapest room for now.
You basically talking to the. The night goes on for a little bit, sort of thing. You guys, eat your food, have your drinks and stuff like that. Eventually, you kind of flag down the owner again, and to see if you can get a room. He's basically just says it's not going on the books, but you can stay in the house beside them, sort of thing. That little building beside them is like a little barn thing. You guys can stay in the barn. They're offering you the barn for free. There's hay and stuff in there, and they won't say anything. It's basically just they don't want you in their business.
I'm still gonna give him 5 silver.
Awesome. He takes it. Anything else people are doing for the evening?
I would say if we're sleeping inside the building, right?
Yeah. You're sleeping it's like a double door like barn thing, like 2-floor like hayloft thing. There's the bottom floor is just a lot of the food storage for the place. So it's just, you see one side's got like, salted meats and stuff hanging and things like that. It's basically just the storehouse for the inn. They keep their big barrels of mead in the actual inn, so there's no mead or there's no alcohol in here. It's mainly just the like food and stuff that needs to be kept cooler. So like the whole building's made out of like a stone, and then it's been coated in it's like clay. But they made like a clay house so that it stays cooler inside to store the food.
Like mud bricks?
Yeah, essentially, kind of, but it goes hard, sort of thing. It's like just can't think of what it's called. But yeah, like the top floor, there's like one side that has like some hay and stuff that's used for various things, cleaning up messes and like laying down out the front if it gets too muddy and stuff. There's like a big pile of hay that you can all sleep on and get a good night's sleep, sort of thing.
Baby time.
Everyone's sleeping.
Yep.
Sleeping.
You all will be also leveling up.
Yes.
Let's go.
Hit dice. Are we doing manual or are we rolling?
We're doing manual hit dice, but it's average or better is the thing. So when you roll your hit dice. The only thing is, Michelle, you won't be leveling up just yet because you missed the first combat, so you're just a little bit behind. But don't worry, that you will catch that back up very soon. A couple of goblins.
Did you hear that, chat? I'm being let down by the
We gotta hold you back somehow. Too strong.
Oh, I am.
That's what it is. Too powerful. So Satoshi and Moko will be leveling up tonight whilst you lay there and think about your day of killing goblins and killing people. and adventuring and all the things that you guys have done over the last sort of 48 hours of your adventure.